What's up, guys? It's Photon9 here, coming to you with another deck profile. This time I'll be deck profiling barrier statue Demise. Nobody really likes this deck, of course. It is a very hateful deck, and a lot of people call it a no-skill deck. The fact that you can just summon a monster, set 5, and just win the duel like that. But yeah, without further ado, let's start with the deck profile. So starting off with the monsters, you run your double fire statue, which means that only your opponent can only special summon fire type monsters. Then you run the barrier statue of drop, which is the earth, meaning your opponent can only special summon earth monsters. And I play one of the wind because it's very useful. You don't see a lot of wind decks out there except for magic specters. Of course, you would have to side that out, which is why I only play one, because you could run into that one magic specter player, and then you can't summon this, and it's practically a dead card. But since it's at 1, you would barely draw it, so which is why I keep it at 1. And that's it for this barrier statues. For the non barrier statues, I play triple fossil dino, because your opponent can't special summon. And there's a reason why I'm running this card, and I'll get onto that later on with the spells and traps. But you mostly don't want to use it for the flip summoning, of course. You just want to summon it and then set your back row, because this card is just, your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's amazing. Then I play 2 Banisher of the Radiance, meaning while this card's face up on the field, every card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So it's a macros. Why not? That's pretty much for the monsters. Once again, you don't want to have that much monsters because you're playing Demise. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. Going on to the spells, you want to play the most fairness card in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Triple Demise. The card that everybody hates. Along with its buddy, Triple Pot. Because opening a pot in Demise is just amazing. And it sets up your back row, and it's pretty much your opponent just can't play. Continuing on with the spells, play triple MST. It's better now. You obviously don't want to run Twin Twister, because Twin Twister you have to discard a card and all of that, and you really want to have your back row. And MST is just better in this deck, because back row does kill this deck. It could kill the deck, but it's better to run MST, because you don't want to be discarding with Twin Twister. So yeah. Moving on, one of the MVP spell cards in this deck is Moon Mirror Shield. So, you guys don't know what this card does. Is basically when your monster battles. So it's not when he attacks, when your monster attacks, or when your opponent's monster attacks. It's when it battles. It gains the same attack amount of the monster it's battling, plus 100. And if this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can pay 500 to put it on top or bottom of your deck. So that's Moon Mirror Shield. And next to the most other MVP spell card is, of course, the double Mage Power. So as you can see, mostly all you have to really do is summon one of the statues, or normal summon the Fossil Dino, equip Mage Power, or Moon Mirror Shield and have your set, and that's it. You're basically not letting your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah. On to the one-ofs. You play the Upstart and the 1D Fisher. So yeah. That's it for the spells. Moving on to the traps. Of course, trap heavy. I play triple Phantom Knight Sword. So what it basically does, if you guys don't know what the card does, is equip it to your monster, gains 800 attack. The gaining an attack is permanently, so it stays. Even if this card is sent to the graveyard, the 800 attack boost stays. So it gains 100 attack. And if your monster was to be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. Also, if your monster gets destroyed, you gotta destroy this card. But yeah, if your monster gets destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. And that's pretty much what it does. Continuing on to the traps, play double Blazing Mirror Force, double Stormy Mirror Force, and to end the Mirror Forces, double Blazing Mirror Force. Because you can play back row and you just don't want to let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh. That's pretty much. Continuing on, play double strike. You can play triple, but double strike is fine. You don't have to play 3. You're playing Storming. You're playing all these Mirror Forces. You're playing all of these nuts. Your opponent can't special summon except for Fire, Earth, or Wind. And with 5-soul Dino on the field, your opponent can't special summon at all. So unless your opponent's monster is gonna go really, really hard, you really don't need triple strike. So 2 is fine. Continuing on, play double Dark Bribe for negations. And to end the trap, 1 macro and 1 bottomless. So yeah, that's the deck profile for Barrier Statue's Demise. So what you basically do is that you don't let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh at all. That's what it basically does. See? I do have a side. It's not that much. It's not that big, my bad. So of course you will encounter some people playing Klee Demise or playing Klees. So you want to take out the Earths and put in the water one, the water statue. And 1 Thunder King. If you're gonna side this, you want to use it carefully, because remember, both players can add cards set by drawing them, so gotta watch out with that. Double Necro Valley for BA. Magic Drain. Pendulum Hole, of course, for pendulums. Soul Drain. And for some strange reason you feel like playing this, and of course with Mirror, triple Wiretap. I also recommend Drowning Mirror Force in the side, because if you do go against BA, you don't want to do no Quaking. Well, you do want to do Quaking because it can activate, but do activate on Grave. But you mostly want to take out Blazing and put in Drowning, because Drowning lets them go back to the deck and they don't activate their effects in the grave. So yeah, it's pretty much for the deck profile. It's pretty much saying don't let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh and your opponent shakes your hand. Yeah, but a lot of people don't really like this deck. I mean, I like it because, just don't let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm pretty sure I said that enough. But yeah, I hope you guys like the deck profile. If you guys have any comments, subscribe and like the button, and feel free to comment on anything. Photon Light out.